alone. Oh, when the days are short and the nights are long. And I want a new road. I drink a new truth. I shimmy a new shimmy. I fly a new fly, yeah. Where I be having fun in one California sun.
What is up, Robot Wars fans? Hardcore Kid here with a new episode of the Hardcore Podcast. And it's a very patriotic episode because today we're going to be reviewing the U.S. Championship of Robot Wars Extreme Warriors. And joining us, I have the very American Otaku Nate.
California, here I come, right back where I started from. I'm not going to California.
I'm going to California on Wednesday.
He is, because he's got Robo Games this weekend.
Yeah.
We'll be seeing our good friend Craig Danby.
Craig Danby, Simon Harrison, a bunch of other dudes are going to be going there.
Hey, bring your microphone with you. You might see if you can get an interview with them.
I don't know. I'm not that big. I'm not a big interview guy. Plus, I get shy. You know what it was like meeting Craig Danby? I was starstruck. Oh my God! It's that guy who drove Foxic.
And then you gave him an F5.
I really didn't. But and
that image of you putting Craig in the fireman's carry is great.
It's funny. Craig's a great guy.
He is, and a great heel.
And speaking of, we've also got Owain.
As a fellow wrestling fan, let me just quote a random wrestler. This sucks.
Yes.
Hey,
Kevin Owens, 2015.
It could have been worse, man. You could have gone with me last time where I quoted Braden Walker.
Oh, God.
Oh. Knock, who's Braden Walker, and I'm going to kick your teeth in. Hey.
No, it's knock your brains out, out.
Oh, yeah. It shows how much I remember Braden Walker.
So much I remember ECW. WWECW. So, yeah. So, the U.S. Championship of Extreme Warrior Season 1.
Can I just say this?
Yes.
The U.S. Championship of Extreme Warriors Season 1 was as jumbled up as the current U.S. Championship scene in WWE.
Oh,
God.
Boy.
I don't know. At least they kind of had a good formula going, and it wasn't six people in various matches at one time. At least they had singles matches.
Or fatal 5-ways.
Oh, dear God.
I know, but we went from Kevin Owens and AJ Styles trading the title back and forth and making it mean something, to Baron Corbin, Ty Dillinger competing for the title, Jinder fucking Mahal winning it at Mania, and then losing it a couple nights later to Jeff Hardy.
Hey, at least it was short.
Please let it be Rusev next.
Oh, I'm even wearing my Rusev shirt right now.
You've got a big main eventer, and you're treating him like he's, I don't know, early 90s Buddy Rose.
That's topical.
Yeah. So this episode, obviously when they made the series for TNN, they managed to get, 6-7 episodes?
6 episodes, not counting the World Championship.
Well, technically, since it was basically a dubbed version with Mick Foley and Stefan Frank.
Yeah.
So, rather than have separate episodes for the heats of this championship, let's all shove all 24 machines into one episode. How do we do this?
It was like the producers had all these ideas for all these episodes they could do, and they just realized after they filmed, oh shit, we've only got a limited number of episodes, and we still got the main championship to go.
Actually, fun
So
fact.
in one episode.
Little fun fact: this main championship was the first championship filmed. Everything else that happened afterwards was all filmed after. And that's why you see so many loner bots there, because all the team's main bots got completely wrecked. And I don't blame them, because these quote-unquote heats were 4 6-way melees with only one winner per heat.
It's like, I already mentioned fatal 5-ways in WWE, man. This is even more ridiculous than that. This is like WCW 2000 booking, where they're like throwing everything in a blender and just seeing what comes out.
Well, this show was filmed right after WCW died, so. Well, yeah.
And it aired after September 11th.
That's beyond the point. But yeah. This episode,
It sucks.
I don't know. Like,
It's definitely better than the tag team terror.
yeah, at least
Yeah.
stuff happened in this episode.
There were some good
And
moments.
it has my favorite match of the entire first season on here. So
I wouldn't say that.
I don't know, but yeah, we're gonna have to. We're not gonna go through all 24 machines. We're just gonna talk about the ones that we haven't talked about. And I guess we'll start off with the robots in this first match. Medusa Oblongata versus $6 Million Mouse versus Falcon versus Shuriken versus the Brute versus Red Virus. Woo! Let's talk.
Breathe.
I can barely breathe. I'm just recovering from a cold and a Spartan race. So let's talk about the Heat winner, the Brute.
The Brute. Rambot.
Yeah,
I am Brute.
I am Brute. Apparently, this thing is supposed to have lifting forks.
It barely used them.
You call
was
those
just
lifters?
It was all muscle, man.
It was definitely the best robot in the fight.
Yeah,
give it
I
that.
can say that.
Everyone else was just a bit naff, as the British say.
Yeah, Brute is a very plucky little machine. I mean, it's small, it's fast, it's got some power to it, and it's fairly solid, except for when the wheels got taken out.
Yeah, it looks like a U.S. version of Panic Attack, but it just needs the bigger forks.
Well, the good news is in Season 2, it came back with the spinning drum, which caused a bit of damage. I mean, it managed to take out Cyclone's disc, but I don't know. It was...
Oh,
it's
Cyclone. Makes me sad every time it gets mentioned.
You could have been a contender.
Well, to be fair, it eventually won an Annihilator, but
Yeah.
that's another episode for another day. Yeah, that's not much to say about the Brute. I think when you compare it to the other Heat winners, this is probably the least memorable.
Yeah.
But it's solid. I will say that it was certainly more solid than all the other machines in this episode, in this match particularly. I think we'll move on to a robot that I think. It's hard to say who's the runner-up here, since honestly we didn't really see a whole lot of this match. But Red Virus,
spiky lifty thingy,
and Glitter. Don't forget about the
Glitter
glitter.
everywhere.
glitter. This was the real glitter bomb. Like that bit where Matilda hits Red Virus with her tail and just everything flies off. That must have been a nightmare for the producers. Forget shove. You're gonna need a street sweeper to clean that stuff up.
And apparently that glitter is deadly because Matilda just passed out from all that. Red Virus used glitter attack. It's super effective. Matilda fainted.
I was gonna make some joke about how there must have been something in that glitter, but yeah, I don't want to cross that line.
Oh, cross it.
What?
Okay, fine. You better be careful with that glitter, Matilda. I guess in Robot Wars, glitter is slang for X.
Chemical X?
Ecstasy, man.
Oh. Remember, I'm
Good
straight
shit.
edge, so I don't take drugs.
I
am
am
clean.
straight edge.
I am the cleanest guy in this room.
Well, I drink, so.
Yeah, he's a
I heard you guys are smoking the Mary Janes. I would like some. I am totally not an undercover cop. Has anyone got any sticky icky?
You want some crappy peanut butter candies?
It's a shame. We were gonna record this on 420, but I was sick that day, so.
I heard you guys are smoking the marijuanas.
Smoke weed every day.
Okay, who has the marijuana? Who here has the marijuana?
Yeah.
I heard it was super cool to go around the back and smoke some drugs.
Stop it. Get some help.
So honestly,
This
with the footage
is
they show,
crack.
I don't know. Rock cocaine. So let's be blunt. Let's be blunt. Whoever came up with the format of this episode was definitely on something. Red Virus. From the footage they showed, you could probably argue that it did the most out of everything. I mean, it decapitated Medusa, did some kind of stuff here and there. it's just too slow.
Red Virus to me, it looks like what Shadow of Napalm should have been. It has that napalm, grungy, rusty aesthetic.
Yeah, and the team are pretty fun too. They got their big needles filled with blood.
I also love although you gotta love how they were rushing through the intros like, this is Red Virus and you're gonna be injected with the Red Virus. There is no way out of here. It'll be dark soon. There is no way out of here.
I'm the redundant doctor and you're about to be injected with the redundant drugs.
You know, it's the line is, this is the Red Virus and we're gonna give you a lethal injection.
Yeah. So yeah, not much else to say about Red Virus. Let's move on to Shuriken, since you're the big Otaku fan.
Shuriken Ninja.
Best looking robot in this match, and it failed miserably.
The discs look like they were made out of cardboard with the way they bent.
Yeah.
It looks like a beefier version of Shredder from Series 5.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's why I thought it was going to be like. It's going to be fast, nimble, shredding everything, and then it just collapsed in of itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, the discs kind of look like they were made out of UHMW or some kind of plastic.
Yeah.
There. Obviously, it wasn't going to do much damage.
There was no torque on those things.
No.
Plastic flywheels.
I do like the yin-yang design on them, though.
It'd probably make a good plastic ant weight, but no.
No.
And obviously, Shuriken just got it just fell apart. Discs broke.
Did a corkscrew off the floor flipper.
Yeah.
Medusa Oblongator outlived it. That tells you how bad it was.
Let's get on. I guess we should.
And obviously, to be fair, Shuriken would come back with ninjutsu in the Nickelodeon series, and honestly, it was solid. The disc didn't create huge amounts of damage against tougher bots, but it was definitely a better machine.
Yeah, easily. I did like the aesthetics of it though. That's a nifty design.
I like that helmet the kid was wearing.
Oh yeah, the Shogun helmet, awesome.
That's another gimmick they got going on in this series.
As we said, every team had a costume. So let's move on to Medusa Oblongata.
Oh boy.
Overhead spinner.
Oh, hey,
What was this thing?
It's supposed to be a really, really low rent.
It looked like
hazard or something.
It looks like Propeller Head's inbred cousin.
I tell you what it looked like. I don't know how many of you have seen that Lego Robot Wars series that was on years ago, but it looked like one of the contenders from there.
It does. It looks like something from Ojai
Inertia.
Donald's.
Inertia was the name of the robot that was on there.
Oh god, you're really reaching for that one, Eric.
Yeah. It does look like that though. Except with a plastic head on top of it.
What does everybody want?
Head.
Yeah, a head that got knocked off. And this time it was Matilda knocking the head off, not Shunt.
Well,
I thought you said it was Red Devil.
Oh, Red Virus.
Virus.
It won't be the first. It won't be the last time that Medusa will end up meeting Matilda's flywheel. So, yeah. But
I thought only Jonathan Pierce could eat Matilda's flywheel. Oh,
sick burn.
I'm sorry. I literally just
I like to call it a big green wheelchair with a silly propeller head cap on it. It was
a wheelchair cosplaying as a robot.
Yeah.
Al Snow the head was provided by Al Snow.
Oh.
No, it wasn't, because Al Snow's head would have lasted longer.
It would have been funnier if that head took out something.
Hey, that head was in a tag team match once. Don't diss.
Oh boy. So yeah, Medusa. It got decapitated. It got eaten by Matilda's flywheel, and then I have no idea what happened to it after. I guess it broke down or something.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I have no idea.
It literally looked like a Series 1 robot.
Because whoever decided to film this match decided that it would be more fun to focus on Falcon sitting dead in the corner.
Yeah. I guess we've already talked about Falcon and the $6 million mouse ad nauseum. So there's
they did stuff. The mouse's blade broke. Falcon died in the corner patrol zone and decided to take a nap with Matilda. Shunt hit it a few times with the axe. Blah blah blah. In the end, the brute won, and I guess you could say it was the best
Yeah.
robot here.
Mm-hmm.
So Brute gets the victory. I like to call this heat the mid to lower card heat, featuring machines that really aren't all that powerful,
It's like
but they will show up at some point.
it's basically the jobbers from 80s WWF in this fight.
Yeah.
I always like bringing up the old jobbers.
Yeah.
So
It's like you got the Repo Man, you got the Genius, you got Isaac Yankem.
Barry Horowitz.
Yeah.
I wonder whatever happened to Isaac Yankem.
Yeah. I heard he just put on a mask and was never seen again.
I think
Also,
Didn't
at one point, he
didn't the
pretended
guy
to
who
be-
played Isaac Yankem run for mayor at one point?
I think he's doing mayor stuff right now.
Oh,
So-
good on him.
so. Brute wins. Second match is what I like to call the Battle of the Runner-Ups. Tricerabot, future runner-up. Revolutionist, who would come runner-up here. Coffin Bot, who was a fill-in for Skullmania, which I guess you could argue was definitely a better pick anyway.
Yeah.
Bot Ugly, Unibite, and Sobek. Let's start with this heat winner who pretty much derped its way through this match, Revolutionist.
The
Captain Shrevolution Frisbee.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Revolutionist. Body Spinner.
This is the
It's fucking
ultimate...
Frisbee.
Actually, Frisbee is a much...
Don't say
lower.
that. Don't say that. Don't say that, Owain. Let us have our fun.
This Revolutionist, this is the ultimate American robot. It's
Yeah.
decked out in... Brian Nave decked out in his American uniform and,
And
hat.
it's a shame he's not gonna bring the Uncle Sam costume with him to BattleBots.
Oh, well...
Because those, like, Brian Navi is like one of those guys like Craig Danby or James Davies or Steve Merrill who just embraces the overall silliness of the sport. Like, his mannerisms and his outfits, man. He deserves a medal for this, and I've seen the new Captain Shredderator, man. That thing looks nasty.
You can't help but love Brian Nave, can you?
And,
In fact, I'm
keep
pretty
going.
sure he eats a raw bald eagle every morning.
I don't know.
I
why
don't think
you
you
ask him.
can. I don't know if you can eat, if you can technically consume an eagle or not. I'd have to ask. You'd have to ask Gordon Ramsay on that one.
You donkey. Yeah, Revolutionist. It's much better in season 2. Here again, motor issues. It won this entire match by not spinning once. It just pushed everybody around. In fact, it actually managed to outpush Tricerabot, which I didn't even think was possible, especially when you look at Tricerabot late in all the other episodes. And here, it's just getting mumbled around by this full-bodied spinner that isn't even spinning. How does that even work?
I guess they had issues. They had the same issues Rosie the Riveter had.
Oh, God. Wait until we get to Rosie. So, Revolutionist, I like the design, but even to this day, Brian Nave still won't put, like, a self-riding bar on top.
Or at least make it invertible.
Yeah, like,
Or put bigger teeth on it.
he's put bigger teeth on it. Have you seen the teeth he had in the BattleBots? Those things are huge.
What I mean is teeth that actually like Typhoon 2's teeth. They're all separate. There's few of them. They're like on each corner of the robot, and they do massive damage. He just puts big teeth close to each other so that they've got no gaps in between them.
It's like
I'm-
not as bad as Spin Doctor or the UK series.
Oh no,
16.
no, definitely not.
Ironic, considering there's also the other Team Logicom robot is called Spin Doctor. How many robots are named Spin Doctor now?
I can count 3 off the top of my head.
3. There was a 4th one in King of Bots by the guy who runs Robo Games, believe it or not, which is really, was it? Yeah, I think it was. Was it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't follow King of Bots.
It was a solid show actually. It was a BattleBots ripoff, but I really enjoyed it.
It's a good BattleBots ripoff.
Yes, I mean
Anyway,
it's not like ClashBots, which was
Oh.
a giant KFC commercial.
I'm pretty sure Tim doesn't want any more KFC.
I prefer Popeyes.
Me too. Anyway, let's move on to, I guess, the runner-up.
Yeah, Tricerabot.
This makes me sad.
Tricerabot. Dinosaur.
Well, fortunately, Tricerabot eventually would come runner-up in the second season. It was actually doing pretty good. I mean, it managed to take off Sobek's wheels by jumping on it, which was really funny.
hit him with the old 450 splash.
Yeah. Yeah, for the most part, it was doing okay, and then right towards the end, it looked like it was running out of power.
Yeah, it ran out of gas.
Yeah.
Like it was a rambot that was being rammed by a full body spinner that wasn't even spinning.
No.
What did I even say? I don't know, but it happened.
I got a joke for you.
What?
No spins. Woo.
No spins.
Yeah. Not much else to say about Tricerabot. It's a big paper bag monster. It's got a lot of power. Just got unlucky in this match, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this: the second version of Tricerabot that appeared in season 2 was actually one of my favorite robots of all time.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and I believe it's also in one of the Robot Wars video games. I believe, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although you couldn't play as it because you had to reverse everywhere if you wanted to get the flipper tail, and it was slow as hell. And I was just like, you know what, this is so stupid.
I think I believe they use that 2-channel controller where you have the wheel on it. So I guess I don't, and then you can use the throttle. I don't know if the flipper is the back or the spikes are the front. I'm pretty certain the flipper tail is actually the front, because why the heck would you just randomly put it on the back? Who do you think you are, Steg 2? Another dinosaur bot. Yeah, that pretty much covers Tricerabot. Got unlucky. Speaking of unlucky, from the Jerome Miles workshop of robots that either cause damage or go up in flames, it's Unibite.
Unibite. Spinning saw.
Yeah, this was I thought this was the best robot in this match.
It's definitely,
and then it died.
I love the look of this thing, but this thing is a glass cannon if ever there was one.
I just love how Unibite looks so scrappy and looks so cool, and yet it always dies. Why do you always die?
Because he uses a $5 kill switch.
Remember, kids, always use duct tape or crazy glue with the removable link.
You think Jerome would have, considering his team name is in fact Team Duct Tape.
That is the second best team name in this show, but we'll get to the first one.
So, Unibite did its little spin move, just spinning around, hitting people with the disc. I believe he took off one of Sobek's wheels.
It's a really nice. It's cool that it can also double as a thwack bot with that blade, sort of.
Yeah. Sort of like the 13 Black effect.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I actually wanted to build a robot that was an overhead spinner with spinning saw blades on it. Like, the saw blades could move and the arm could move as well.
Like Vulture.
Yeah, or like Propeller Head or Hazard or something.
That darn
like
dustpan.
Yeah. But, yeah, Unibite. Honestly, I don't know what happened because the editing in this match was terrible.
Ugh.
Oh, and, what the hell?
One thing I found interesting about this team, they actually can be in battle bots with Gnome too.
And he came back with Red Devil, who will be facing Monsoon.
One of my
dear.
favorite battle bots robots ever, Red Devil. I love it so
love the
much.
look
Yeah,
of that thing.
Jerome's definitely come a long way. He's just an absolute master at CNC and 3D printing and all kinds of insanity. Like, Red Devil is a fantastic design. Just
Yeah.
the claws, the saw.
It just looks so sexy for a robot.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Hey, it's got the right colors to be a devil.
Yes. And I believe he just came out with another robot. I think it was either for Clash Bots or King of Bots. It has a little yellow dissector-like jaw on it. It
I
looks really
forget what
cool.
the name of it. I think it's like Gold Dragon or something.
Something.
He'll comment correcting us. You watch.
Yeah.
Another interesting fact about Unibite, it was actually rebuilt into hyperactive in the next season.
Yeah, and I kind of liked Hyperactive, even though durability-wise it's kind of rinky-dink, especially when... a little fun fact, you know, the original version of Hyperactive had the saw blade of Unibite, but I
Yeah.
guess they either had to take it off either because of weight issues or because, well, A big saw isn't that good? So they put.
It was
they
a
put this-
giant ass saw blade facing upwards.
Yeah, so they put Unibite 2.0's disc on it, and
Did-
it actually did some good hits until it broke right off.
There was also and we should probably get this in right now. There was a featherweight version of Hyperactive.
Yes!
That went up in flames, literally.
Yeah. Fun fact, the saw blade. He got the idea for the saw blade after he faced Gloomy, which sawed right through his lipo and caused Hyperactive to blow up.
Yeah.
And he decided, okay, I can do something like that.
And he did the exact same thing to Witch Doctor.
And it was glorious. Yeah.
I just wished he got hold of Shaman and actually sliced it in half.
Anyway, let's we've spent a lot of time on Unibite. I guess we should move on to the reserve.
Coffin Bot.
Coffin Bot. It's a coffin.
Yeah,
It was wood. It was a coffin. It got destroyed
Wood.
by Sergeant Bash. Moving on.
It looks like it's made out of a picnic table.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was made out of a picnic table.
This was a fill-in for Skullmania, which isn't really a big loss since Skullmania really wasn't all that impressive.
Yeah,
I believe
neither
this was the
one.
team's other entrant, and I would say it's better. At least looks-wise, it looks better.
Oh yeah. it
Performance-wise, it lost drive instantly. The disc didn't work, and it just got
does. Yeah,
mauled by Bash.
That's all you really need to know.
That's
about
all you need to
Coffin
know
Bot.
about this thing, since nothing else happened to it. It basically looks like Undertaker from Series 3. It performed the same way as Undertaker from Series 3. Lost drive and spent the entire time going in circles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
That's all to say about it. So, we'll move on to Jellyfish's redneck uncle, Bot Ugly.
Bot Ugly Gripper.
It's no Huggy Bear.
No.
It is no Huggy Bear.
I
was
love
basically
Huggy Bear.
It was basically just one giant speed bump in this entire match.
Yeah. It at
It
least
looks
has the
so
googly
fragile.
eyes.
Well, yeah.
Those were painted on in this match, weren't they?
Yeah,
they were.
They were.
So we don't even have googly eyes.
Nope. It's all fake. It's all kayfabe.
Mm-hmm.
I feel lied to.
Oh, well. And obviously, they entered it into the Civil War and they flipped it upside down, and it worked, and then it just died.
Yeah, ugly bot. I almost said ugly bot. Bot Ugly really didn't do much in this fight.
No.
It was just kind of there.
It couldn't really do much anyway, could it? I mean,
It could have
does
pushed the
look like-
revolutionist around though. It fit around that diameter perfectly.
Yeah.
But just did nothing.
It looks like a very unprofessional build to me. It looks like what Antweight builders build for their very first Antweight bot when they're starting out.
Mm-hmm. There is also, can I just say this about Bot Ugly? There is no way that it weighs. Okay, Brandon, you're gonna have to edit this out. Hang on, I gotta just.
I'm not editing it out. You're going to look
All right.
through it. 220 pounds.
There
cheese.
is no way that thing weighs 100 kilos. There is no way. It looks like it's a middleweight.
Maybe most of it went into its. I don't think they got CO2 in that thing, did
There's
they?
no way.
Wait, so
it's all electric.
this hunk of crap is just lighter than I am, and I'm a big person.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
6'3" for God's sake.
it's 220 pounds. It looks like I could bench press it.
It actually would make a very interesting workout tool.
What?
Make a nice
he's
bow
just
flex.
bench pressing it as he's lifting it. The eyes are going closer and further away from him.
Or you can just grab onto the jaws and just pull him in, push him out, pull him in.
Braun
push him out.
Strowman looks like it looks like something that Braun Strowman could crumple up in his hands.
It does actually look like some gym apparatus when you think about it.
It does.
Yeah, so, last but not least, we have the budget dissector Sobek.
Sobek. Alligator.
And it basically
Purple.
it spent the entire match getting retired.
I still have no idea just what those arms on the sides were for.
They probably saw Dissect and thought, we could do that.
No, you can't. They were just about. Honestly, it was actually just as effective as Dissector's hammers when you think about it.
But these Dissector's hammer arms actually played up to the judging system back then to score points.
Yeah. What is this supposed to do? Just little tiny wheels on the end.
It just makes the robot pop a wheelie.
Yeah.
I've heard this certainly, Gemini, this is how you make wheelie bars.
Actually, yeah. I'm trying to think. Would they have worked as such a thing?
No.
Not on a robot with that sort of design. Of course, robots designs like that don't pop wheelies.
Well, at least they're not meant to.
Yeah. Of course, then you have Yeti with its lifting forks, but that is actually an effective weapon. Oh, I love Yeti too.
Yeah, it's a great design. I believe they're coming back for BattleBots.
They are.
Yeah, they are. I'm so
representing
looking
representing the final frontier of Alaska.
Yeah.
They were my pick. They were my pick to win last year, and unfortunately, it wasn't to be. But I think they're coming back this year.
They are.
Yeah.
They are. My pick to win season 3 is actually Bombshell.
Sure. Yeah, Mike Jeffries is great.
Yeah, because I'm judging it by the Robot Wars system of Tombstone with Carbide. So big, powerful spinner in the first season loses in the grand final. Second season wins. Third season, Tombstone's going to lose in the grand final to the one that it beat last season.
I saw the trailer. Tombstone looks like it's got some heavy competition.
This is the season where everyone adjusts to Tombstone.
Well, I am happy that Tombstone won, but I don't want it to win again because I want to see a new winner. Because otherwise, we'll have another Panzer, or another Biohazard, or another Chaos 2.
Or worse, another Overkill.
Or Original Sin.
Yeah. I'm gonna say either Bombshell or Hypershock. They're my picks.
Hypershock would be good. So let's move on to Heat 3.
We forgot. Well, there isn't much to talk about the match. Everybody died. Tricerabot and Revolutionist were the only ones left.
Yeah.
Sergeant Bash blew magic smoke. I don't know what the hell happened to him.
What happened to poor Sergeant Bash, man?
The House Robots took a beating in this episode.
And they weren't even... And it's not even like the contestants were going at them or flipping them over. It's just they kept dying for whatever reason.
It's the craptitude of all the robots in the arena at once.
The robots in this heat were so bad they're killing the house robots. Oh, the humanity.
Yeah, so Revolutionist gets the victory. Let's move on to the third heat, and this is the heat that I like to call the none of these robots work heat. With the robot who somehow managed to win this despite dying in the last minute, Manta.
Stingray.
At least Manta was the best robot in this fight.
The best.
I think that's the reason they probably gave it the victory, because at least the weapon worked. It managed to immobilize some
even
bots.
if it was barely mobile by the end of it. Like, it was like crawling at the end.
Well, who do you think the judges will want to go through? Basically, the Storm 2 of American Robot Wars. So good at pushing. It unfortunately died, but do you think they want that to go through, or the robot that breaks apart when you breathe on it too hard?
Oh man, we'll get to that one.
Can you let's we all know about Manta. Let's talk about Tiger Cat.
Oh god.
Tiger Cat. Furry. I already made that joke.
The fact that this was the one robot that was still moving at the end baffles
Oh my
me.
god. I think that's why Manta got through, because they don't want to put a loner bot through. They learned their lesson from Series 1.
Yeah.
Oh, this robot.
And
By the time you guys finish saying what you were just saying, it's already lost 2 armor panels.
Yeah. And we forget Conquering Clown was originally supposed to be in here, but
that would have been a step up from... Imagine if Conquering Clown won this fight.
You know what?
Well,
it
it got to the grand final in season 2.
Yes.
Sorry, Mike, for the spoilers.
I love Doink the Clown. I mean Conquering Clown.
Killer Clown.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
was about to
says.
say, Rebecca could not stop calling Conquering Clown Killer Clown.
Or Murder Clown. You know, have you ever seen AAA when it wasn't having technical issues? You got yeah. Tiger Cat.
Call it John Wayne Gacy Clown for all I care.
No, they're not that. Well, actually, I think the clown is scarier.
Yeah.
It's not a killer clown from outer space. It's the Conquering Clown.
But I love the Conquering Clown.
Me too.
Tiger Cat is just... It's a loner bot that falls apart. And
Yeah.
I think also because the team said they wanted to get it over and done with because of how useless it is, they drove right onto the flame pit at the very end, and they just gave up. Speaking of giving up, Nate, it's time to talk about your favorite robot.
Close enough. Box.
So here's Close Enough's performance summed up in just one sentence. Hit the back of Manta, broke down, and was never seen again.
I hate this thing. Like, I legitimately hate this thing. Like, just picture the worst robot in the classic series of Robot Wars. It will probably be better than Close Enough.
Do you want to know the most tragic thing?
What?
I only watched this episode last night in preparation, and I've already forgotten what Close Enough looks like.
It's a brick.
Remember Rawbot from the international episodes in Extreme 2?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I just brought it
It's
up on
kind of
Google.
like that.
It's got little pokey things everywhere, big-ass go-kart tires, get 2 gas engines under the hood.
And it doesn't work. Like, it's chain drives and the chains keep slipping.
It looks like such an amateurly built robot.
I like boxy robots. I like Rambots. I like Tornado. I like Storm 2, Original Sin, Alcoholic Stepfather, which is the single greatest name for a robot ever.
You're not the only one. I love box robots as well. Like, one of my favorite robots from BattleBots was Witch Doctor, a box robot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the box shape can work. It's just, this is so shoddily built. Between the checker steel plating armor, the frame that could easily fall off, the exposed tires, the chains that kept slipping.
Really says something when Runaway looks better than your robot.
Well, Runaway's a Robotica champion. So.
At least Runaway was built competently. It just wasn't built for Robot Wars.
Yeah.
So, I'm not sure we're going to be doing awards, but I will say this now. Close Enough wins the PS They Should award for me. God bless the team. They do come back with a much better robot in Termite. This is no good.
The only
Termite's
redeeming
alright.
thing...
Termite's okay.
The only redeeming thing about Close Enough is I love the team name. The greatest team name ever on Robot Wars. Real men don't need instructions.
And like Anderson,
I mean, you're not wrong.
like Anderson said, they definitely need instructions to get this thing to work. So, Nate, if you are available to come to Pennsylvania Bot Blast in July, I might just make you a miniature Close Enough. And you know what I'm going to call it? Far Too Much.
That's a good one. That's
Yes.
a great name. I'm actually thinking of ordering an ant weight kit if I get a real job that pays me.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm actually building the closest thing I've ever done to an ant weight. I'm following Orange Dose Overjuice's tutorial on how to build nuts.
Awesome! I saw that.
What you gonna call it? Screws?
No, I'm gonna follow it to a nuts.
Did you
But-
did you see Rory's little ant weight melty brain? Holy crap!
Yeah, I did.
It's insanity.
And he's gonna be on BattleBots too.
Woohoo!
Oh yeah, isn't he? Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, what a team that's gonna be. Speaking of doing absolutely nothing, let's talk about Rosie.
Rosie the Riveter. Disappointment.
We've talked about how Rosie was having speed controller issues all the way through this entire season. This was when the speed controllers just completely gave up.
Yeah.
Rosie the
Poor
Riveter from the Game
Rosie.
Boy Advance game was better than this performance.
Oh yeah, I'm with you there. I used Rosie the Riveter in Advanced Destruction all the time. Go
It was
and watch
Extreme Destruction.
Advanced Destruction if you're playing the GBA version. But if you watch Rosie in the GBA game, it's easily a much more better machine than what you see in the first series. Because man, oh man, Rosie was the very definition of snake bitten in this series. Barely working in the tag team version. Like the only time it really worked was in the War of Independence.
And the Rotbucks
yeah.
match, but they were facing a thing of wood, so there you go. Yeah, this was no good. And the fact that it was being outpushed by Tiger Cat was just sadness.
Oh god. Tiger Cat fell apart when it was pushing it.
One thing I also noticed, because thank you, shoddy editing, apparently it got flipped twice by the floor flipper. And they only showed it getting flipped once onto dead metal.
Yeah, the editing in this episode was yeesh.
I mean, we like to bury Robot Wars for its shoddy editing, but the fact that these matches were, I don't know, 3-5 minutes and they only show like a minute of this dribble.
Heroes of Wrestling had better camera work than this.
I completely forgot. Somebody had a PlayStation controller in the Manta fight. I have no idea who. Or yes, somebody had a PlayStation controller in this fight.
What were they doing with that?
Maybe
That is the second best controller I've ever seen in a robot fight, for the record. My favorite controller that I've ever seen in a robot combat fight, it goes back to Mike, the guy who built Pizza Party. He controls robots with his laptop.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't even have a controller or PS2 controller or whatever Rob Knight used when he built Obi Overlord.
I call it the Super Saiyan armor.
No, the fact that he uses his laptop for it is just, it's 5 kinds of amazing.
And he uses it for all of his wacky bots. When I went to Barn Battles, I believe he also had a laptop there. So.
Oh man, if he ever goes to the UK to compete in like the Beetleweight World Series, we'd welcome you with open arms.
Imagine if he's controlling his robot and then his laptop just blue screened.
Oh, no! No, please enter a laptop, Robot Mike. If you are listening, please enter a laptop. Like, if you got a dead laptop entering anywhere, just hollow it out, slap some stuff on it, and just call it blue screen of death.
I'm just picturing this now, like he's in the control booth and then the audience just hear this faint ding, 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 and then he's just going, oh, in the control room.
So that covers.
We forgot the cow.
You know what? I have a.
We
better-
didn't forget the cow. We just didn't want to mention it.
No. This was a heat filled with lol cows, but Mad Cow is the biggest lol cow of them all.
Mad Cow Bot. It's a cow.
It's a cow.
No.
It's got a silly wedge on the front. It's got a useless disc on the back. It breathes smoke. This is a thing.
It's more of a bot for show.
Yeah.
And they come back with the same thing with Psycho Chicken.
Yeah, to fit with the cow and chicken theme. You know, they have an amazing robot build video where they play the cow and chicken theme and they show the team just goofing off and putting Psycho Chicken together, which I believe Mad Cow would go on to become Psycho Chicken because they use the same box and they put lawnmower blades on it.
Just
Easily a better cow robot than Robo Cow.
Yeah, true. Well, no, because
at least Psycho Chicken had the egg.
Yes.
You will give me an egg.
I'm giving him an egg. You don't have to finish. I'll sail to your dumb redneck ass. I'm hungry. Yeah, but Mad Cow got a flat tire by Manta, and it got flipped, and we got to see the first ever flying Mad Cow. Yay! Or no, because Twister also had a flying cow. So, yeah.
And also, Tornado had a cow on the bottom of it.
Well, that was just there like a logo. I mean, like an actual cow motif.
And lastly, Ripperaptor. It ran to the wall, got eaten by dead metal. The end.
Ripperaptor. Scaffolding.
Yeah.
Ripperaptor, like, never... It looks like they were building something and then they just didn't finish it.
I have no idea what this thing was meant to be.
It has, like, little cutting discs on the front, but you never saw them.
And they don't have teeth on them, they have master locks.
And they have wheelchair wheels. Not wheelchair motors, wheelchair wheels.
Yeah, I like the Raptor team, but this thing's a piece of junk. I'm sorry.
It looks like an art project.
But they do have better luck with Cyclone, but they certainly didn't have better luck in this fourth match, which I like to call this match the Elite Heat for a good reason.
Why couldn't any of these robots be in the other ones? Like, swap out General Chomps-a-Lot with Close Enough or what have you. Like, separate the wheat from the chaff when you're making your cards, damn it.
Yeah, let's look at this roster. We have former Robotica Grand Finalist, General Chomps-a-Lot. Robotica Series 1 champion, Runaway. Spartacus, it was a world finalist. Cyclone, future Annihilator champion. Panzer Mach 2, Robotica and future Robo Wars champion, and also current Robo Wars champion. And Drillzilla, current Annihilator champion. just a whole bunch of dudes in this match.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, the winner who managed to squeak, there's a bit of controversy here, but again, the editing kind of ruins it. The winner of this heat and eventual champion was Panzer Mach 2.
Panzer Mach 2. Tank!
And I believe they should have lost this fight.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Drillzilla was beating them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Drillzilla was definitely the most aggressive here. I think they gave Panzer the victory based on the fact that they were able to immobilize Cyclone and Spartacus, and I think they just had the more effective weapon.
Yeah.
They kind of wanted to get robots that actually had weapons, and Drillzilla honestly doesn't have a weapon aside from maybe the little drill on the back, which fell off. Good job.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, it fell off right in the corner.
Oh, I didn't notice.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I will say, I like Panzer. I love the look of this thing.
Oh, yeah, I love Panzer. It was a worthy series winner for both of them.
This is actually my favorite Panzer model.
Yeah,
Really?
like
I like the blue. It's just, come on. It's military colors with the tan. Desert colors.
This actually looks like a brick that's just ramming into you constantly.
Mm-hmm.
and it managed to outpush Tornado, which is no mean feat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was winning until Philipper flipped it over.
Oh, I hate Philippa.
I love Philipper.
It was winning until Philippa was like, "Hey guys, how's it doing?"
Philippa is the ultimate run-in.
I love Philipper.
Eh.
I don't care what you say, Brandon. Philipper's my favorite Belgian robot. I'm sorry, Leo Van Miert, but Philipper has a soft spot in my heart.
So, Drillzilla obviously was the most aggressive in this fight. It did stuff.
Yeah, pushed around, did its thing.
Who else? The third place finisher, I guess you'd say, it was General Chomps-a-Lot.
General Chomps-a-Lot. Biter Bot.
A lot better than it had any reason to be.
Yeah, I know Anderson doesn't like General Chomps-a-Lot, but I just love this thing.
I kind of don't like it either, because I think it's a little...
I love the goofy aspect of it,
Yeah.
and it's a pretty decent competitor as well.
It's a good. It has a surprising amount of pushing power, and the fact that it was actually able to nullify Stinger is saying something.
Well, it just gave Stinger a blowjob, and that's what you call nullifying, is it?
Oh man.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it really couldn't do anything in this match because it just couldn't get under any machine.
Yeah.
Although it did manage to take out Cyclone. Let's
Uh,
talk about Cyclone.
Every time
Cyclone.
you've mentioned Cyclone, I get more depressed.
Cyclone. Glass Cannon.
Yeah, Cyclone, when it spun up, it knocked out Runaway's Wedge, and then it broke down in 15 seconds. This will not be a running issue for Cyclone in future series. Oh no, no way. It's not like they get knocked out in 8 seconds next series or anything.
This
No.
hopefully won't become a trend for you guys.
You're no nightmare. You are no nightmare.
Yeah. What really astounds me about Cyclone, the teams say the disc spins at 700 RPM. I have to call bullshit because they got an E-Tech powering that thing. That thing easily gets up to 2,200 RPM easily. So, holy mackerel. And it's a shame because I like the look of Cyclone. In fact, this was the inspiration for 259 in Series 6.
Yeah. It looks like Adam Clark just nicked the disc from it.
Yeah, got the same sort of nightmare holes cut into it. It's got the teeth and
And it turns out 259 was just as reliable as Cyclone. Oh yeah, I went there.
at least Cyclone won an event. 259 won a match, and then it got knocked out in the second round.
And then it got completely exposed in the German tournament.
Oh God.
We
Yeah.
don't talk about that, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
What's
Little
up?
side note. As
Yeah.
you guys have been mentioning robots, I've been typing them into Google just to remind myself what they look like. I'm on Cyclone, and a picture of Hyperactive has just come up. Did it really say "Yo Mama Osama" at the front? of it?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I have to look
that's
this up.
It really said "Yo Mama Osama" at the
Yeah,
front of
and
Hyperactive.
Obviously, right after they had to censor it by covering it up with duct tape.
I'm
Not
looking.
that it helps, since Cyclone just ripped it clean off.
I can't find the. If I can't find it on Google.
It's if you Google Robot Wars Hyperactive, you'll see.
I'm gonna
you'll see
put
the
that picture on the Skype chat now. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Oh my god, that is the
2002, everybody.
No, 2000. This was 2001.
Nope, 2002.
Oh,
Oops.
that is the greatest thing I've ever seen written on a robot.
And obviously they had to censor it with tape right in the other picture. So.
Right.
Good.
The second best, of course, Vercingetorix getting away with "fuck you, Julius" written in Latin.
Oh my god.
Fuck you, Spanos.
Fuck you, Spanos.
Yeah, shame about Cyclone, but I my best bet is that the power link popped out again.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so that's why you need duct tape.
Didn't one of the wheels bend in on Cyclone as well?
I
have no clue.
I don't know.
Since we
Who
didn't
cares?
actually see it again after that, except for right at the very end when you look in the background and you see Cyclone's on its side, and dead, and Runaway's dead too. So, yeah. Runaway, I will give it credit. Let's talk about Runaway, shall we, Nate?
Runaway, Robotica champion.
Runaway, it's not really great at combat. It only has two victories in Robot Wars, and in both those victories it got obliterated. But
Runaway, it's just, if you're gonna build a robot, make sure you build it for more than one robot show. I mean,
At least you got his face ripped off in this match.
yeah.
I mean, Mark Jerger is a great guy, but he clearly was not putting his best foot forward with this.
Well, to be fair, like, obviously the show, number one, it's expensive to build these big machines, so you really can only do what you can with this. And obviously, most of these machines were just decorated versions.
I mean, like,
of
you
the
can
robots from
see the
Robotica.
motor that he mounted on the top with those little propeller blades on the side. It looks like a Series 2 entrant for Robot Wars.
Yeah.
It looked very last minute.
Yeah.
God bless him. And we all miss Aaron.
Yeah,
Like,
we do.
He had the Ask Aaron Q&A site, which we really enjoyed. It's just a shame. He got a pulmonary embolism in a while ago, and yeah, he's no longer with us, sadly. But yeah.
Well, this got depressing. I'm going to look up Hyperactive again.
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on. We already
Look
used
up
that joke.
Hyperactive versus Gloomy. That'll make you feel better. And who the hell else was left? Oh yes, Spartacus.
Spartacus. I'm Spartacus.
I am Spartacus.
I actually met Jim Rowland at a Bot Blast event once.
Me too. I was there with you.
Yeah. Apparently this thing was supposed to have an undercutting blade. I didn't see it. I don't know if it fell off.
I don't know if it. I'm guessing they had to remove it because of weight issues.
Weight issues. This thing is tiny.
It's bigger than it looks, or smaller than it looks.
Yeah.
I love the design though. Like, if they gave out the awards for best design, I'd give it to Spartacus because I love that helmet.
You know what it kind of reminds me of? If you take the helmet off, it reminds me of that red machine that competed in Robotica Season 2, I think. I forget the name of it, but it got stuck in the sand and got like minus 10 points for it. Yeah.
I would help you out by, I have to admit, I have never actually watched an episode of Robotica.
You give it a shot. It's pretty good. Hey, no watch, or are you gonna post show him the link?
I'm showing him the link.
Well, you
Okay.
you can watch it after. It's really funny. Yeah, Spartacus was basically the punching bag of this match. Just got flipped, pushed around, and eventually it died at the end. Spartacus 2, I like the Crusher, but it didn't really help him in the long run anyway. But yeah, Jim Rollins a great guy though. He definitely has creative.
Apparently,
ideas.
he actually never saw his match in the World Championship because he thought that they never showed it. But I was the one who told him, yes, they did indeed show it in all its awfulness.
Yeah, the third World Championship was kind of crummy to me. Like, half the bots didn't work. The matches were short. The final match was a clusterfuck. But yeah.
But it was a final between two of my favorite robots of all time.
There you go. So yeah, that covers the machines. The match itself was actually the best. It was actually a hell of a match. Everybody was just going at each other. And then right at the end, it was down to Panzer, Drillzilla, and General Chomps-a-Lot. And Stefan Frank, who obviously was just as confused by the editing as we were, says that nobody's dead. Meanwhile, Runaway, Cyclone, and Spartacus are like in the other sides of the arena, just dead. Good job.
I think we'll go to bed now.
You think Stefan Frank lied to me?
Hey, Jonathan Pierce lies all the time.
Remember
Remember when he said that?
does?
Remember when he said Tornado reached the semifinal of the first World Championship?
Remember when he said Killertron was a grand finalist?
Remember when he said Firestorm was in the first World Championship?
I actually enjoyed this match. I think it's the second best match on the show.
Yeah.
So we move on to the 4 semifinalists: Manta, Panzer, Brute, and Revolutionist. First match was Revolutionist versus Brute, and this was a foregone conclusion. Like
This wasn't even a match.
No. Revolutionist finally managed to get the spinner going, tore up Brute's wheels, Brute broke down, dead.
Yep.
And because of this, because of the damage that Brute took, they couldn't compete in the World Championship and had to be replaced by Drillzilla.
Hey, better on them for that.
Yeah. What do you think, Owain? Is there anything else to say about this match?
Well, You say Brute had to withdraw from the World Championship because of the damage it took from this match.
Mm-hmm.
It got one tire chewed up.
I don't know, because it took some good shots from Matilda as well.
Yeah.
Maybe it kind of messed up the electronics.
Messed up the frame or chassis.
Yeah, if you... I know that the quality of these episodes isn't... It's not HD quality, but you can definitely see it took some pretty mean hits from Matilda and Revolutionist, so... Yeah. Bye-bye, Brute. We'll see you in Season 2.
Mm-hmm.
So Frisbee moves on. Oh, I'm sorry, Captain Shredderator. Oh, I'm sorry,
Captain
Shredder Revolutionist.
So we'll move on to Manta versus Panzer Mach 2. This match ruled!
Oh, yeah. I love a good ramming fight as any, and this is... When you have two machines that are fast and furious, it makes for an exciting fight.
It was
Ramming
what
each
made
other.
this episode watchable for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just seeing them smash into each other, you see sparks flying everywhere, it's just craziness.
Mm-hmm.
And then Manta's batteries died on it again.
Oh, well, that was an anticlimax.
Yeah.
Match was really short, actually, I noticed. Just over a minute long.
Well, that's because they decided to edit out all the good everything.
So they shortened down the best match of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if either one has a full version of that match, because we know that Team Ironaw has the unedited version of their fight.
I don't know. I'd like to see like full versions of matches. I'd like to see full versions of all the matches in this episode. The House Robot Rebellion, because I know in the House Robot Rebellion, Tricerabot managed to get Kill-A-Lot in the pit, but they cut it out. But yeah, the first half of this match was all Manta, and then when the battery started going, Panzer Mach 2 basically went in for the kill. There was a point where Panzer drove right up Manta and almost flipped, but Refbot just got in the way. Yeah, well, damn it, Refbot. People say they want Refbot back. Hell no, he gets in the way.
Yeah, Refbot preventing anything exciting from happening. Typical referee, taking the fun out of everything.
And then he took the fun to Granny's Revenge in the pit.
Oh,
God. He had a hot date in the pit.
Oh.
And last but not least, we move on to the final of the.
He likes girls gone mild.
Ooh.
No. Stay away from me.
Just no.
I already had to endure seeing Rule 34 of Matilda. I don't need to see any more of that.
Rule 34 Matilda?
Oh God.
Hold on, let me go to Google.
Ask
No.
Ask
Stay
Alex
away.
the Hunted. Ask Alex the Hunted. He'll show
No.
you.
Why do you guys always see the good porn before me?
I don't even look at porn.
Are you sure?
No, I don't. I don't.
All right then.
That's exactly what someone who looked at porn would say.
Yep. So the final was Revolutionist versus Panzer
Oh,
Mach 2.
change the subject, why don't
Let's change the subject.
you?
Wow, we're only an hour and 7 minutes in. We did good time, huh? So Revolutionists and Panzer Mach 2 big brick versus full-bodied spinner that half works.
Yeah, this match was mostly just, bump,
Bump.
bump,
Bump.
bump.
Yeah. Then Panzer finally got the flip in, and Revolutionist couldn't self-right. Strangely, RefBot didn't come in to count Revolutionist out. I don't know if his counter wasn't working.
Or they just cut it out.
I don't know.
Or they just didn't bother.
Yeah, the editing in this
I'm pretty
episode.
sure. I think this might actually be the first fights filmed in this new arena. So obviously, RefBot wasn't accustomed to this new counter yet.
I don't know if...
Because he was using it to count out the matches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So
yeah. Doing fast counts. What are you, heel ref?
he was Nick Patrick in this series.
Mm.
Yeah, Panzer basically got the flip in, and that was it. Panzer wins the championship. It's the number 1 seed going into Series 2, and I think I kind of would have liked to see Revolutionist win. I think if it had number 1, if it had a better working motor, and also if it could actually self-right, maybe they could have had a better chance. But yeah, this was all Panzer.
Yeah.
This is my favorite version of Panzer, and I do love a good round bot.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and a nice flip.
Me too.
So I am happy that it won.
Like
I'm just saying that I do think it should have lost disqualifier, but that's my personal opinion.
that's everybody's opinion. You think it's in line for a fight court?
Maybe. If I suck up to Mike enough.
Yeah, we're hoping to get Mike on this
Yeah,
show.
we're
someday.
gonna have him for this episode, but he's been busy, so no big deal. We'll have him on eventually.
Yeah.
But that pretty much covers the U.S. Championship. Bless you. On a scale of 1 to 10, well, they had the matches. I think were obviously hastily edited.
Yeah.
Some of the matches were short. Some of them were a little anticlimactic.
If there was better editing, I would have given this a 7, but I'm gonna give it a 6.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 6 too. How about
I'm
you,
gonna
Wayne?
4 out of 10.
Ooh,
Going for the low grade, are we?
here we are.
Well,
Being
every
edgy.
match was naff except for the last qualifier and the second semi-final.
Yeah. That pretty much covers that, and that pretty much covers Extreme Warrior Season 1. We're not going to be doing the World Championship. I think we're going to leave Jim Jamatic to do that.
You can have us on as guests if you want, just to get the
Yeah.
American side of things.
Since we're the American knockoffs.
The insufferable patriots, as that one commenter says.
You Americans.
Ugh.
Yeah, well.
You know, it is nice to see that you went for this all US championship episode with a US guy, and a Welshman.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's like a lot of the UK guys have never watched Extreme Warriors or any of the US series. The most time they've ever seen the US series was when they randomly played it in the Robot Wars intro of 6 and 7, and they're probably thinking, "Who the fuck are these bots? What is this pyramid-looking thing?"
I was actually thinking that when I was a kid, and I bought, my mum bought for me the Ultimate Warriors collection.
Yeah, and everything they showed in the Kill-A-Lot collaboration was all the fights from Extreme Warriors 2.
Yeah, it just showed Dead Metal cutting up techno trousers, and I was like, what the fuck is that thing?
Yeah.
It's the wrong trousers, Gromit.
I can't wait to bury Techno Trousers when we review Series 2.
A robot that is literally pants.
Yes.
And not as in the noun pants.
No. Extreme Warrior Series 1, it had its ups, it has its downs, but I enjoyed much of it. And we will get to review Season 2 eventually, but...
And we're going to be reviewing Season 3 of BattleBots.
Yes, in fact... Season 3, the first episode starts May 11th, so we're definitely going to be watching that, and we're going to be doing a review after. We'll see how it goes. We'll be seeing plenty of familiar faces, some from up here in the Northeast, some from Robot Wars maybe, so it should be fun.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually pissing me off all weekend, because to hype up BattleBots Season 3, I went back to watch Seasons 1 and 2. I can't find half of the episodes of Season 2 anywhere on YouTube, or Dailymotion, or anywhere on the fucking internet.
Did you try ABC's website?
Yeah, doesn't work in the UK.
You know what they did? Disney has now been claiming fights off of the BattleBots page. They've been claiming fights off of the frickin' ABC page. It's like,
Really?
dude.
That's how broken YouTube's copyright system is. Even official accounts aren't safe.
Yeah, this is a mess. So, but it's a very busy time for Robot Combat right now. Yes, Robot Wars may be canceled, but we still got BattleBots coming up. This Wednesday, I fly out to California for Robo Games. I'm gonna be doing a pit tour, and I'm gonna be recording fights. I'm gonna have my laptop with me, so you'll get to see all the fights real early. I'm gonna be a member of the King Bee Powerworks team, along with Simon Harrison and Ed Hoppett from Storm 2.
Oh.
So, yeah, it's going to be a blast. I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully we'll see if King Bee Powerworks still has it. I know Simon just built a whole new version of it. It's still got the spikes on the front, doesn't have the saw, and we actually do have a secret weapon planned for King Bee to see if it can hold up against those big spinners. Like,
Is it
Last
glitter?
Rites.
I bet it's glitter.
Yeah,
Maybe?
glitter, man. That's the secret weapon.
Oh. Yeah, but that pretty much covers that. Overall, this was an enjoyable season, except for the tag team episode.
Ugh.
Yeah, but exactly. We'll review. We're gonna go when BattleBot starts airing. We're gonna be doing reviews of that show, and then after we're done with that, we'll get to reviewing Robot Wars Extreme Warrior Season 2. We'll see how that goes. Basically, it's an all-U.S. championship with heats, and then they have the 4 little side tournaments at the end. It doesn't have as much character as it does in Series 1, but there are some occasionally good moments. So.
Would you say, like, it's a better series quality-wise?
In terms of robot quality, it's better.
Yeah.
But match-wise, sometimes it's a very Rambot-filled series, since obviously most of them came from Robotica and such. So.
Well, considering 3 of the 4 grand finalists were Rambot-esque.
Actually, 4. Like, Rosie, Tricerabot, Rocky, Panzer.
I was
Clown.
thinking in the final 4.
Oh, yeah. Well,
There was Falcon, Destructive Criticism, Panzer, and Tricerabot.
ick, Falcon. Yeah. Well,
How the fuck did Falcon get that far?
it derped its way through. Yeah. Well, that pretty much covers everything. We finished everything in an hour and 15 minutes. Not bad.
Not bad.
Yeah. So, I gotta leave. I gotta get ready for California. I have a speed controller that needs remixing. Yeah, that's the thing about Robot Combat. You always wait until the last minute to get things fixed up.
I remixed the remix. It was back to normal.
Woo! Yep.
And I gotta go and do Welsh things.
All right.
Drink
Like-
ale, herd sheep, speak that language no one understands.
Throw tennis balls at the collies.
Play soccer?
Watch episodes of Fireman Sam.
Ooh-ar!
Yeah. But it's been good so far, and I'm happy I'm still doing this podcast, especially after the spontaneous collapse of Channel Awesome and the fact that I'm not motivated to do any more Hardcore Kid episodes anymore, since let's be blunt, the angry reviewer gimmick is pretty much dead at this point. Unless you still want to watch Cinema Snob and Linkar and such. Those guys. are good.
I still watch them. And Todd in the Shadows. I love
Hell
Todd
yeah.
in the Shadows. And Wrestling with Regret.
Oh, hell yeah.
And Jeffrey Kitsch.
I don't watch him, so. Yeah.
Jeffrey Kitsch is great.
Yeah, that pretty much covers it. So, until next time, I am the Hardcore Kid.
And I'm Otaku Nate.
I'm the angriest podcaster you ever heard. I am Owen.
He is the angry Robot Wars nerd.
I'm the angry something arena techno nerd. Fuck it.
So, I am Robo Games bound. I must get my stuff ready.
I'm
Peace
a
out, guys.
Tentijester. I remembered my name.
He remembered his name. Peace out and cease.
Plus Ultra.
Yay.